Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Cardboard Crawlers RC channel. We are once again in the middle of a night crawl. Gladiator versus Gladiator. Taking it back to the old school. You know how I feel about these little rigs. Love them. Good times. They're workhorses. Fun to drive. Look good on film. It's about 34 degrees out here in Southern Pines, North Carolina right now, so I'm freezing my fingers off making this video for you and killing batteries. I had a partially charged battery in one of these cars, so about a quarter of the way in here I end up having to change batteries. I spare you the details on that and just do it in place during a little break, but just climbing up the stump, old stump nation here. We call this Stump Hill right here. It's the rocks are kind of piled up against this little stump. It's makes it kind of fun, gives a little bit of elevation, lots of side hill in this little area, and then we're heading off to the old new section. Old new is what we call it over there. Got a heck of a spotlight there in my neighbor's backyard. They got some street lamps. Some of the older folks in my neighborhood have had pretty heavy-duty street lamps installed in their yards, and so that keeps the neighborhood brightened up, and you can see it kind of reflecting off the back of their house and the back of my house in the background there. But other than that, it's nice and dark out here in these rocks, and I don't have one of those spotlights in my yard, fortunately, because it's all timed. It's run off the city. They're just run off timer. I don't think they have control over if those are on or off. They may. I don't know that, but I think it's a city light. You probably don't pay for the power on those big arc sodiums. At least I hope they wouldn't. But had a good day today. Blue and I were my youngest nephew's show and tell guest at his little school around the corner, and boy did they have fun. We stayed for show and tell, and then we went out on recess with them, and Blue just loved all the attention from the kids, and the kids loved Blue, and the teachers did too, and so it was a really fun experience, and I know my nephew was just walking around with his chest puffed up for a little while, having feeling kind of special because old Uncle Zach was at school with him, and old Blue, he loves Blue. Blue's his buddy. They go way back, and so that was fun, and like I said, Blue had a really good time. All the kids were very interested in learning about him, and we say Blue is teddy bear soft because especially the fur around his head and his neck is just, it's literally teddy bear soft. I keep him nice and clean. He keeps himself pretty clean, and it's a good time there. He's a good boy, and he's just real gentle with the kids. He knows when he's need to be gentle and working hard. So but other than that, probably should have shot some film in the daylight. I need to stop shirking the daylight filming, although I just have fun filming at night. Used to being up at night, and I've just been so busy doing little projects here and there. I'm still not heavily looking for work, so my schedule's still just kind of screwy. But yeah, it's not, these are first world problems. Lucky to not be looking for work. Lucky to be able to do the projects that I'm doing. And man, I don't know if any of you out there have an air fryer, but I got one for Christmas. My mom got me an air fryer for Christmas, and holy cow, it just changed the way I cook. I have a little house. It's 1,000 square foot. 1,100 square foot stick and brick built in 1960, and it's just got a little tiny kitchen. One of the projects I've been needing to do is to vent my kitchen hood, my hood for my stove, out of the house. It doesn't vent. It just recircs and goes through a filter. And so if I'm cooking on the stove or I never even run my oven because I know it's going to be too stinky. And if I could, cook hamburgers or you cook chicken in a pan or something, and it is just, the smell really permeates the house and it's just a mess. The stove isn't super energy efficient, and air fryer, game changer. Used it for the first time 2 days ago. Cooked some chicken. I love me some chicken thighs, so I did a little dry rub. It was chicken thighs, just shook them up with some spices in the bag, put them in the air fryer. Whatever the time was, 11 minutes later or whatever, 6 minutes aside or something. Holy cow. Restaurant style chicken. I mean, it was perfection. Cooked up 4 little thighs. Had the rice cooker going as I was prepping those and cooking those. The rice finished right at the same time. Had some green beans. And, something like green beans on the stovetop. Canned green beans. I love them. I'm a bachelor. Green beans on the stovetop, easy enough. Because you're not, you're not cooking them down. You're not making green bean mush, You're just, there's a little water in the pot. The green beans are in there. They get boiled, they get heated up in the water. Throw some butter in with them. Bang, bang. Threw that all in a real shallow bowl. I love these shallow bowls that I have. I like to eat out of them. Keeps all the sauce in there. And holy zip, cardboard crawlers was killing it with the food. And then tonight I cooked up some burgers in there and then made me some fries on the side and cooked a couple eggs on the stove with the pan. You cook them at the right temp. You're not smoking the butter or anything, so it was, came out really good. No stink, no fuss, no muss. Super easy cleanup. Air fryer cleans up. So like I said, if you don't have one, especially if you're one of these bachelors out here in the world, I recommend you get one. You can get the toaster oven style, like combination style. Mine is the drawer style, and I really love it. And mine's pretty high-tech. It's basically just a convection, a high-tech miniature convection oven, So you can, proof bread in mine. You can bake bread in it. You can bake brownies in it. You can broil a steak in it. You can do all kinds of it, like cauliflower crunchy bites. Just okay, you could probably roast Brussels sprouts in there, half them up in garlic butter and burp. Good times. So the crawlers are in the old new section right now. And what we're doing is we're crawling over here because there's a new pile of rocks that just got dropped off the other day. I tell you what, been out there getting some rocks. Went by a big construction site the other day and got a couple trunk loads of rocks. And some of them are sitting right over here, and these trucks were hearing about it and they wanted to go check them out. So that's where we're at. And here's where you have it. Loving life in the rocks. A little bit of side slide action there on that. It's a heavy girl. It's got a full-size Komodo in it, so it kind of has a push problem with the front end on that. Got to get something going with the tires. I need inserts for those tires. And you'll see the sand right here, and then you see that black line. It's actually all sitting on a tray. So you're going to see a huge loss of traction right here, and you just got to milk it like a rib bone and get after it. So when in doubt, throttle out, you know what I'm saying? 2S power, kid, 2S power. Enough wheel speed with that Purple Pro. And then you'll notice as it changes, I gathered a handful of rocks. Got my little rock pile right around the corner of the mini rocks, and I threw them down right into that no traction zone. I didn't want to spend a bunch of sand up into the Komodo. Probably not really spitting it into the body, but you know, I just know that that section needed that. This isn't even permanent. These rocks are just literally thrown into a pile right here. There's no real work done. They were just piled up, and so I just thought, well, we'll just come over here and check the new spot out. So that's what we're doing, and getting after it, you know. When in doubt, give a little reverse out, and then hit that skinny pedal, kid. And nice little crawl through here with that, you know. She's on friction shock. Both these rigs are on friction shocks. One's on portals, one is not. The black one is not. And super fun. Like I said, cold. My hands started to get really cold. The batteries in the GT5 are about due for a swap to some new fresh batteries. They've been in there a while. It is the longest set. The set has lasted me the longest. I've gotten really good about turning it off when I'm not using it and just letting, you know, instead of letting it idle there. It seems like when you idle those batteries, it just eats them up for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it eats batteries. So I hear the beeping of the GT5 right about now, and I'm just like, in a hurry. Let's get these trucks off the trail. If we had a little fire to sit next to, it wouldn't be so bad. But I was getting cold. I know my drivers are getting cold. My batteries are starting to die. And let's get out here. We got some leaves crunching around. So remember, if you like this content, please subscribe, share it, like it, leave a comment. I really appreciate everybody that's tuning in. I've broken 2,000 subscribers, almost up to about 2,100 subscribers now. Let's keep it going. I love doing it. I hope you enjoy watching them, and we'll just keep on keeping on together. Like I said, get out there. Like I like to say, get out there and build a truck. If you can't build a truck, come watch mine. Cardboard crawlers. Out.